Scientists have found over 4,000 exoplanets since the first such world was confirmed orbiting a sun-like star in 1995, according to NASA's Exoplanet Exploration page. More than half of these discoveries were made by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope, which launched in 2009 on a mission to determine how common Earth-like planets are throughout the Milky Way galaxy. Discovering the first true alien Earth is a long-held dream of astronomers, and recent exoplanet discoveries have shown that small, rocky worlds like our own are abundant in the galaxy. To qualify as potentially life-friendly, a planet must be relatively small, and therefore rocky, and orbit in the habitable zone of its star, which is loosely defined as a location where water can exist in liquid form on a world's surface. When telescope technology improves, other factors will be considered as well, such as the planet's atmospheric composition and how active its parent star is. While Earth 2.0 remains elusive, here are 10 exoplanets regarded as the most Earth-like alien worlds discovered to date. This exoplanet, which lies just 22 light-years from Earth, is at least 4.5 times as massive as Earth, according to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Gliese 667cc completes one orbit around its host star in a mere 28 days, but that star is a red dwarf considerably cooler than the Sun, so the exoplanet is thought to lie in the habitable zone. However, Gliese 667cc, which was discovered with the European Southern Observatory's 3.6-meter telescope in Chile, may orbit close enough to be baked by flares from the red dwarf. Kepler 22b is a super-Earth that could be covered in a superocean. The jury is still out on Kepler 22b's true nature. At 2.4 times Earth's radius, it might even be gaseous. But theoretically, an ocean world tipped on its side, a bit like our solar system's ice giant, Uranus, turns out to be comfortably habitable based on recent computer modeling. Researchers found that an exoplanet in Earth's size range, at a comparable distance from its sun and covered in water, could have an average surface temperature of about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Because of its radical tilt, its north and south poles would be alternately bathed in sunlight and darkness for half a year each as the planet circled its star. Kepler 69c is a planet that could be as super-Venus or of super-Earth, depending on how habitable its surface is. At the time of its discovery, however, researchers said the planet had many similarities to Earth and that it is orbiting a star much like our own Sun. Hailed as the most Earth-like alien planet when it was discovered, Kepler 69c is an exoplanet about 2,700 light-years from Earth. There has since been some debate about whether it is more like a Venus or an Earth. NASA, for example, noted that Kepler 69c's orbit of 242 days is close to what Venus has in our own solar system. But at the time of its discovery, researchers were discussing the possibility of water, or even a global ocean, on its surface. One joked there could be clever dolphins there, because Kepler 69c appeared to be orbiting where liquid water was possible. This planet is about 40% larger than Earth and orbits a star much cooler than our Sun, according to NASA. Its 267-day orbit, however, puts Kepler 62f squarely within the habitable zone. While Kepler 62 orbits closer to its red dwarf star than Earth does to the Sun, the star produces much less light. Kepler 62f lies about 1,200 light-years away, and, due to its large size, is within the range of potentially rocky planets that may hold oceans. In 2014, NASA's Kepler Space Telescope discovered the first Earth-sized world in the habitable zone of another star. This planet is at most 10% larger than Earth, and it also appears to reside in the habitable zone of its star, though on the zone's outer edge. Kepler 186f receives just 1/3 of the energy from its star that Earth gets from the Sun. Kepler 186f's parent star is a red dwarf, so the alien world is not a true Earth twin. The planet lies about 500 light-years from Earth. The planet, dubbed Kepler 186f, is located about 500 light-years from Earth in the constellation Cygnus. Kepler 186f is a noteworthy location in the search for life. This exoplanet is 33% larger than Earth and completes an orbit of its star every 112 days, according to NASA. The discovery of Kepler 442, situated 1,194 light-years away from Earth, was announced in 2015. One study, published in the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society in 2021, found that this exoplanet may receive enough light to sustain a large biosphere. The researchers analyzed the likelihood of different planets being able to carry out photosynthesis. They found that Kepler 442b receives sufficient radiation from its star. This world, whose discovery was announced in 2015, is the first near-Earth-sized planet that orbits around a star the size of the Sun, according to NASA. Kepler 452b is 60% larger than Earth, and its parent star, Kepler 452, is 10% larger than the Sun. Kepler 452 is very similar to our Sun, and the exoplanet orbits in the habitable zone. At 1.6 times the size of Earth, Kepler 452b has a better than even chance of being rocky, its discoverers have said. Kepler 452b resides 1,400 light-years from Earth. It takes Kepler 452b just 20 days longer to orbit its star than Earth does. When the data from NASA's Kepler Space Telescope was reanalyzed, scientists discovered Kepler 1649c. The exoplanet was found to be similar in size to Earth and orbiting in its star's habitable zone. During the initial data collection from the telescope, a computer algorithm misidentified the astronomical body, according to NASA, but in 2020 it was discovered to be a planet. Kepler 1649c is located 300 light-years from Earth and is only 1.06 times larger than it. When comparing the light that the two planets receive from their stars, scientists found that this exoplanet receives 75% of the light Earth does from the Sun. Proxima Centauri B is located just 4 light-years away from Earth, making it Earth's closest known exoplanet, according to NASA Exoplanet Exploration. The exoplanet, which was discovered in 2016, has a mass that is 1.27 times that of Earth's. Although the exoplanet can be found in the habitable zone of its star, Proxima Centauri, it is exposed to extreme ultraviolet radiation. This is because it lies very close to its parent star and has an orbital period of just 11.2 days. Located about 40 light-years away, the TRAPPIST-1 system has quickly, and rightfully, garnered a lot of interest. Not only do all 7 planets in the system appear to be Earth-size and rocky, but 3 of them are also located in the habitable zone of their star. While liquid water could theoretically pool on TRAPPIST-1e, F, and G, the other planets are probably too close or far from their Sun to be in this Goldilocks zone. While TRAPPIST-1 hosts some interesting prospects, its planets are not Earth's long-lost twins. Some research based on computer modeling suggests even the habitable TRAPPIST-1 planets may have developed like Venus, making them too hot to host water. Water on most of these planets is likely to have evaporated early in the system's formation, however. A 2018 study found that some of these planets could hold more water than Earth's oceans. TRAPPIST-1e may be the only planet in the system still hospitable to life, but without more data, it's impossible to confirm. Scientists launched James Webb Telescope in December 2021, which would help study the atmospheres of Earth-like planets to search for the building blocks of life elsewhere in the universe. Plus, it'll search for biosignatures, gases associated with past or present life. That's all time we have for today's video. Like this video if you found it helpful, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you won't miss any updates.